Hi guys, I'm Steph. Thank you so much for checking out my channel today. As it is the end of the month, I am so excited to be bringing you the empties for this month. This is all the products that I have finished up for this month. If you're curious to what I have been loving this month, then make sure you subscribe because tomorrow's video is going to be all about my May favorites. But let's talk about my empties. But first, let's talk about my nail polish because this is it. I feel like it's not coming across as vibrant on camera, and in case you're wondering, this is Ardenne's Coral Me Crazy. It looks like this. Again, like, it's so much more just like brighter and vibrant in person. I feel like that does not translate on camera. I'm going to try to take a picture and post on my Instagram, which is linked in the description bar, so if you really want to see like how amazing this color is, I suggest you go check that out. But let's just talk about my empties. My first two products I'm going to share with you are hair care products. The first being the Pantene Pro V Moisture Mist Detangler. This is kind of like a light conditioning detangling spray. I bought this because I finished up the L'Oreal Total Repair. It has red packaging. And that was like an amazing detangler, but I was like, oh, I want to try something new. As soon as I started using this, I regretted that decision because that L'Oreal one is amazing. And for this Pantene one, I felt like I just had to spray so much in my hair for it actually to detangle. Once I started using it, honestly, this lasted me like months though, like at least 7 months. And I use it every time I take a shower. After a month or two, I was like, okay, this isn't the worst thing ever. Like I can get it to work, but I just don't think it was as good as the L'Oreal Total Repair, so I wouldn't purchase this one again. Next is a shampoo from L'Oreal, and this is the Hair Expertise Fibrology shampoo. It looks like this. I do have the matching conditioner, but I did not finish that up, so it's still in my shower, now being used as a shaving cream. But it claims that it's a thickness creation for use after use. You'll get voluptuous hair. It's for hair lacking thickness. It says it expands hair, like yada yada yada. So not true. I noticed no difference when I use this to my hair thickness. I have like the thinnest hair ever. This did nothing to really thicken it, volumize it, make it look thicker. Like at this point, I find it very hard to believe that there's actually shampoos that do anything they claim. I just feel like they get your hair looking less oily and then it goes back to looking oily and then you use it again. But other than that, shampoo never does anything it claims to do. Have you ever had a shampoo that actually does what it claims to do? I would love to know because for now I just think they're all the same in different packaging. So next I have a few things from skincare. The first is this First Aid Beauty 5-in-1 Eye Cream. It looks like this and it's just called their 5-in-1 Eye Cream, and it claims to help smooth, brighten, even tone, nourish, and moisturize. I don't know how I feel about this. Honestly, when I first started using it, I put it on and I was like, never has an eye cream felt dry before. It just like really was not great. I was kind of like, oh, this is not a good product. However, obviously I did continue to use it to the point where I finished it up. I wouldn't say I really noticed anything in terms of brightening or evening tone. I have some circles under my eye and that still seemed to be the case. In terms of moisturization, I didn't find it like super hydrating. Like I said, it kind of felt dry, but it wasn't the worst eye cream I've ever used. It did feel somewhat nourishing right away, but I mean, it was nothing special and I wouldn't repurchase. If you're wondering how this compares to other First Aid Beauty eye creams, I have a video in the works where I'm testing out all the eye creams, or the majority of the eye creams from the brand. So I've been testing them out for the past like 5 months at least to see if there are results, what my thoughts are on them and everything. So that video is on its way. So if you're interested to see how this stacks up against the other eye creams from the brand, make sure you subscribe. The other skincare product I finished up is from The Ordinary, and this is their Buffet Multi-Technology Peptide Serum. I did a whole video on The Ordinary, all the products I've tried, my thoughts on the brand, so I'll link that down below in case you're interested and want to check it out. I really enjoyed the Buffet Serum. I don't think it's anything magical per se, but I did find that it was really nice. I felt like it's supposed to be anti-aging, so it's kind of hard to say if it works or not because there's really no way for me to see those results, but I really did like it. I felt like I was adding another layer of protection to my skin. It did feel like it went nicely with my skincare. I didn't find that it caused me any issues, and it is something that I would consider picking up again in the future. if you want to hear my thoughts on the brand and a more in-depth review, again, I suggest you check out that video. I guess this could be counted as skincare. I finished up another one of the Primark Oil Balancing Facial Wipes for oily skin. And this is made with tea tree and witch hazel oil. The packaging is like this. Again, these are very dry, or at least I found. That being said, I did have them for a few months before I opened them, so that might not be entirely the wipes' fault. It could be partly my fault. I did find them very dry. Like I said, they claim to be a cleansing wipe, not a makeup wipe, and they're not the great for taking off makeup, but I still use it that way anyways. And because of the tea tree witch hazel, I do feel like it's very nice if you're in a rush and you don't have time to do your whole skincare routine. It gives like a nice cleansing feeling to the face. The cloths themselves aren't like the greatest material, and after a few swipes they kind of get like, not pilly, but the material starts to kind of like bunch up on itself, so it's not the greatest. But I mean, it was £1 for 2. Each pack came with 25 wipes, so £1 for 50 wipes is not a bad deal. Obviously there's not a Primark near me, so I couldn't repurchase, but even if I could, I probably wouldn't. I would suggest going to Superdrug or Boots and just picking up the name brand ones there. I just think those ones are better. On to some body care. This one might be like a little much for people, but it's an exfoliating glove. Okay, I'm done showing it to you in case that grossed you out. But basically, I love to use this with an exfoliator, so I'll put an exfoliant and I'll use this to rub it in, and I just find it gets such a better scrub than me using my hand with an exfoliator. It just gives it a bit more grit. I feel like it works so well. I ended up picking up a 4-pack of those gloves. I can't remember how much the cost was, but I find it just is such an easy way to make your exfoliators do so much more than the product does on its own, and I really enjoy using it, and it's definitely something I would continue to repurchase. And I think they're relatively cheap, and I think if you haven't tried using an exfoliating glove, try it out. But like I said, I don't use the glove on its own. I do use it with some sort of exfoliant or scrub, so it's like double exfoliation, but it works really, really well, and I love the results I get with it. Next, for body care, I finished up one of the Body Shop's body butters, and this was in Moringa, and it is like completely finished out. I want to say, oh, the scent is still in it. I want to say I finished this in like a month, 2 tops. Like, I really do not feel like this lasted me more than 6 weeks. This is one of their smaller containers at 192 grams or 6.75 ounces or 200 milliliters. There's a lot of measurements on here, but it's one of their smaller containers. It came in like a holiday gift set, and I kind of like love-hate this product. It is super moisturizing and hydrating, and like honestly, the next day I could still feel my skin hydrated from this. That being said, it takes forever to dry down. I feel like I went through this pretty fast. Like, body butter, Body Shop products are not cheap, and I just feel like how I flew through this is kind of like, that could get really pricey if this is what I felt like I needed for my body. But the fact that it takes forever to dry, I don't know, that was kind of really annoying. So I'm not sure if I would pick up another one, but I wouldn't complain if someone gifted it to me. And maybe during the holidays, if I saw it in a pack, I would be like, yeah, I liked it. I would consider picking it up again. But the Body Shop isn't really somewhere where I shop for myself. It's where I get a lot of gifts, especially for the holidays, from my family. I don't know, they seem to love the Body Shop, so I end up getting a lot of Body Shop gifts, so I don't tend to go there myself. But usually they have like buy 2 get 1 free, buy 3 get 2 free. I don't know, they have a lot of deals going on all the time, so I would only ever purchase anything from there on deal, including this. Next, also from the Body Shop, is a hand cream, and this is the Body Shop Honey Mania hand cream. This is just one of their little packages. I think this was, yeah, 30 mils. I like completely finished that up. I really like this one. I love the scent. Oh, so good. I love these little sizes. I think they're so great to just like pop in your purse, carry around with you. I have really dry hands and apply like hand cream throughout the day, so it's really nice to have little sizes sometimes. Usually I carry like a 100 ml bottle with me at like all times when I was going to work at school. I could carry it in my backpack, but sometimes I don't want to carry around such a large container with me, so it's nice to have a few little minis. I really liked the Honey Mania. Like I said, I think it smells really nice. I found it very hydrating. I really like this one, and I would continue to repurchase. In fact, I have. I found like a bunch at Marshall's in this size, and I was like, 1, 2, 3. Like, I don't know why I just like picked up so many, but I really, really like it. These next 3 products will look familiar because they are from my rolling project. If you have no idea what I'm talking about, I will leave the playlist down below regarding my rolling project. But the first thing is skincare. I forgot to mention earlier. This is the Clean and Clear Advantage Acne Spot Treatment, and it's just a salicylic acid treatment. I really like having a salicylic acid in my collection. Especially when my pimples break through the surface. I think it's really great to help heal them, but my skin isn't reacting as strongly as it used to salicylic acid, unfortunately, so it doesn't do as good of a job taking care of stuff as it did. But that being said, I repurchased this product like 2 or 3 times, and while salicylic acid was working for my skin, I loved this product. So if salicylic acid works for you, I highly suggest this product, the Clean and Clear Advantage Acne Spot Treatment. I just think it works so well. And the amount of salicylic acid in it is 2%. So maybe a bit higher. I've never really seen anything higher, and it claims to see visible results in 4 hours and won't overdry your skin. I felt like it never did overdry my skin. As for terms for visible results in 4 hours, I didn't really find that to be the case. Maybe when I first started using it, like my first bottle, I would put it on at night when I woke up. It would be less noticeable, but like I said, my skin has gotten more used to salicylic acid, so I don't see the same results I used to. But if salicylic acid still works for you, I think this is a great product. Next product is the Listerine Total Care Zero. So that means there's 0 alcohol in it. It was originally a purple fluid, so in case you're looking for it in the drugstore, but like, you shouldn't. Any of the purple ones are disgusting. The regular purple one, which is normal alcohol content, leaves your mouth feeling so dry. So you would think, oh, less alcohol, you're not going to have that issue. No, it was somehow worse. This is such a terrible mouthwash. Your mouth doesn't even feel like super fresh afterwards. It's just like, do not get it. Avoid it. I hate it. I would never repurchase it. If someone gave me a free sample of it, I'd be like, no thank you. Like, it's not even worth putting in my mouth again. This last product is the Revlon Double Twist Fast Drying Base and Top Coat. I've had this in my collection for quite some time. Finally finished it up. It was getting really gloppy near the end, but when I first had this, I loved using it as a top coat. That being said, I did find that when I did use it, my nail polish chipped off more easily, which is why I stopped using it for a long time and just had it sitting in my collection, which is why I decided to put it into that project just to finish it up and get it out. I wouldn't say it was my favorite formula for a top coat, but that being said, I found my nails take a long time to dry, and this is a fast drying one, so when I did put it on top of wet nails, it did help everything dry really fast, which I did appreciate. But I don't think I would pick up this formula again. I wasn't like so drawn to where I felt like I had to have it. I think there's probably way better things on the market. I'm more into doing my nails than I used to, so I really don't have anything else to compare this to. So I would love to check out some different top coats and everything just to see what else is out there, because I haven't really tried anything else. So not something I would repurchase. It was like mediocre. I imagine there are better things out there. Moving on to makeup / beauty products. This is a makeup sponge. It is like disgustingly dirty, but I'm throwing it out, so I was like, I'm not cleaning it for this video. This was the EcoTools mini sponge. So when you buy the EcoTools sponge, it comes with a larger face sponge and then a little one, which I think you're supposed to use for concealer maybe, but I use it all over my face because, I mean, my face isn't that big. I have the time to do this. I found that this little one is much harder than the big one for your face. It's a lot more dense. It's harder on your face. It doesn't absorb as much water. I didn't love using it, but because I liked the big one, this was in the package, I used it up. I mean, if I could buy the big one on its own, I would. I don't feel like I have any use for this one. I didn't love it, but I do remember really liking the big one, so if I can only get them as a set, I would. And again, I also feel like this little one didn't last as long. It like full on ripped open right here. I feel like the full one lasted me like 4 to 5 months, and this lasted me like 2 months. If you can only buy them as a set, I would repurchase the whole set because I love the face one. This next product might look familiar because it was in my Finish 18 in 2018. If you're interested, I will list that playlist down below in the description box. So that's my big project pan video this year, or my big project pan this year. Anyways, this is the Smashbox Limitless Long Wearing Lip Gloss in Boundless. Here it is. You can still see some product, but I couldn't really scoop it out, and because I've decided to start my lip challenge, I was done with it. I took the stop route and everything. I really like this. This such an old product in my collection. I'm too embarrassed to say how long I've had it, but it was still performing well. I really enjoyed it. It It brought back so many memories because I have had it so long, and I don't even think, I'm like 99% sure Smashbox does not make this lip gloss anymore. But I loved it because wearing this made me fall in love with lip glosses again. Well, I guess fall in love for the first time because I didn't really wear them that much before because I wasn't really into makeup before. But anyways, wearing this made me really appreciate lip gloss, that there is a time and a place for it, and it can look really beautiful. So for that, I thank you for your service. And the last product I finished up is the Rimmel Insta Fix and Go 2-in-1 Primer and Setting Spray. I really enjoyed this. The sprayer on here is like amazing, I think. I really like it. I haven't tried too many setting sprays, but I did have the e.l.f. one, and that was like disgusting. So this was like a much better improvement from that. I did really enjoy it. I found like it was so great for melding everything together because I do use a lot of powders, especially because I am an oily person, so I use a lot of powder to help mattify everything. And then you go in with the bronzer and the blush and the highlighter, you got a lot of powder on there, and this just really helped make my skin go back to looking like skin, which was great. But I don't think it really prolonged my makeup. I never used it as a primer, just as a setting spray. I liked it. I think it did a good job, but I don't feel the need to repurchase it. I don't think it's the best thing on the market. I enjoyed it while it was in my collection, but it was like meh. So that's it, the products I used up in May. I hope you enjoyed this video, and thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a great day or night wherever you are. Bye.